believe God that in 2024, the Lord's going to use each one of us as believers in winning more lost people to Jesus and in making more disciples of all the nations. Remember, that's the main reason we're here now, is to win the lost to Jesus and to set the captives free. We're here definitely to experience God's blessings. A lot of people don't think about this, but remember over in Genesis chapter 1, when God put man on this earth, God blessed man. Remember, he said, be fruitful, be multiplied, take dominion. That's another way of saying rule and reign as kings and life on this earth, succeed in everything you set your hands to do. And before Adam sinned, before man sinned, that's why the only reason God had him on the earth at that time was to enjoy all that God created, to enjoy all of God's blessings, and to be used by God in establishing heaven on the earth. See, God wanted this earth to be a little heaven, you could say. And that was it for mankind then, if man hadn't sinned. See, so, I think a lot of times Christians are thinking, well, the main reason Adam and Eve were here is to preach the gospel. No, we didn't need to hear the gospel. Nobody was lost. To win the lost of Jesus, nobody was lost. There was nobody to save. Well, they were here to get people healed, delivered, and set free. No, nobody was sick or bound. There was no devil to deal with. If Adam and Eve had not sinned, see, if they had ran off the devil, there wouldn't be any. We wouldn't have to fight the good fight of faith. There wouldn't be any curse of the law. No. So if you really think about it, now I'm talking about before Adam and Eve sinned, the only reason God had them on this earth was to enjoy his blessings and to populate, to colonize this earth, and to see this earth as a little heaven. For heaven to come down to the earth, for this to be a heaven on the earth. That was it. There was no mandate. There was no commission to win the lost, to preach the gospel, to heal the sick, to cast out demons. No, man didn't need that. But then after Adam sinned, guess what? God had to add to his original mandate for man, didn't he? Now, God didn't get rid of it, the first mandate. Remember, the first thing God told Adam and Eve, he said, be fruitful. He said, I've blessed you. Now go be fruitful, be blessed, prosper, succeed, rule and reign as kings in life. Basically, to paraphrase, that's what God told them to do. Now, God still wants us to do that. God's will there hasn't changed. God still desires for us to do that, but he's had to add to that. Now, while we're doing that, see, we need to preach the gospel to the lost, win the lost to Jesus, make disciples of all the nations, bring healing, deliverance,